It's time for Sweeney Baseball here on Manchester TV. Hello everyone, my name is Kyle Hebe coming at you on this 18th of July 2025. Getting towards the end of the season here for the Legion Baseball Senior A Division. And here we go with a fantastic day and a fantastic game here of baseball between the Weare 65 and the Sweeney Post 2 here, as the Weare team is actually the home team today. This was supposed to be played on June 26th up there at Colby Sawyer College. Instead, this game is now being played today here live, as this first pitch was exactly at 5 p.m. And a couple balls here to start things off, as 1 ball and 1 strike from Tobin Prito, who will be the starting pitcher here for Post 65, with Travis Lefosky doing the catching duty. Pierre Mendez up to bat here for Sweeney. Has watched all 3 pitches go past him so far, as Sweeney had a tough 2 games yesterday against this Bedford team, but now facing this Weare squad who came in here earlier in the season and did well. Pierre fouls it off of himself. Going left to right across your infield, Joey Dykstra doing the third base, Chase Philibot at shortstop, Hunter Kime at second base, and Ryder Brown at first base. Outfield, Parker LeClaire, Aiden Williams, and Desmond Boyle round out your outfield. And unfortunately, Pierre not able to catch up to that, and Tobin starts things off with a K here in the top of the first inning. And now we'll see just what Ryan Boylan, the second baseman, can do today as he gets his first chance to bat here. This Weare Post 65 squad has already clinched the number 2 seed in the playoffs here. They'll be facing someone, I believe it's going to be Exeter, and Boylan now sends one out into left field, dropping in, and it's going to go down for a single, as Parker LeClaire just not able to get that, as he was running in with 2 of his teammates running out and didn't want to collide. So a nice single there from Boylan, who will take that and see what he can do from the first base position. So Tobin will have to be careful here. We'll see what type of pickoff move he has, because Boylan does have some speed here, so we'll see what he can do. And taking off the first pitch, and the throw is not there as it rolls out to center field, and Boylan able to get himself a stolen base as he gets things all squared away. And look at that, a first pitch ball to Isaiah Solis, who has been doing a great job of hitting throughout this season. The win totals might not be there, but some of these players have been trying their best, and we're excited to see what Isaiah will do further on in his baseball career. Be exciting to see what happens here, but now with a 1-1 count, Solis will be the shortstop here today instead of third base, which is kind of a unusual thing, in my opinion. I've been so used to him at third base throughout this whole entire April, May, June, July season of both Memorial Baseball. And now taking off, Boylan's going to get himself into a little bit of a jam here. Running back, getting chased back, and the tag is there, and he is out. So kind of get some trickery on the base paths, but now there are 2 down, and the count now 1-2 to Isaiah Solis. And Boylan tried to get him, and actually if he had gone and tried to get third, the ball just did not stay in Joey Dykstra's glove, and who knows what could have happened there. But now Solis, with the bases empty, no chance for an RBI unless he sends one really far here. Again, temperatures coming in at 80 degrees, low humidity, the wind's coming from the northwest. And now Solis will take a base on balls and will head up to first base. So what could have been first and second with 1 down now is just a runner at first with Jaden Rodriguez, who can hit the ball very well as when he has the opportunity to. We'll look to send one away, and he takes the first pitch, pops it into a tough spot, ranging over. Kime is able to get that and get the out. So after a single and a walk. No runs come around, and Sweeney will come out to the field in the bottom of the first as Weare will get their home at bat here in the bottom of the first. It'll be the likes of Dykstra, Philbrick, and Aiden Williams coming up. Back here for the bottom of the first inning, and now we'll see what the defense of Sweeney can do as they will have Alex Rodriguez doing the pitching. First pitch sent out to Will Sloper out in center field, backs up a little bit and is able to make that routine catch for out number one. So one pitch, one out for Rodriguez, and can't go wrong with that, as this is a Sweeney team that certainly would like to get as many wins as they can to end the season, chasing after Concord, who they were able to swap out some wins and losses the other day on that doubleheader. Second pitch here is a strike to Chase Philbrick, the shortstop. Alex going pretty fast, and for the defense of this Sweeney Post team, Chris Rodriguez at third, Solis at short, Ryan Boylan at second, Jaden Rodriguez at first. Inside pitch there from from Alex. And rounding out the outfield, Alexander Rodriguez out in left, Will Sloper at center like we just saw, and Pierre Mendez will be out in right field. Fouled back into the netting here, and now the count goes to 2-2. You can hear the wind a little bit in the microphone that we have out there. Now sent out into center field. This will drop down and get past Sloper. Great backup by Rodriguez, and will keep him to a single. So a one-out single for this Weare squad. And Chase Philbrick, with some speed, will try to score the first run of the game if he is able to. But now it will be Aiden Williams from the left side of the field. Aiden certainly has some pop to his bat, but does swing at some bad pitches as he takes the first pitch and pops it up onto the roof. And Aiden's one of those players who scary on the base paths, as he is fast playing that center field position. Pitch outside. 1-1 count. And another outside pitch that Rodriguez is having a little issues with. These teams have kind of switched out their win-losses. Weare 12-4, while Sweeney coming into this 4-12. They played these games on June 19th, with Weare winning 7-1 and 9-0. I'll pop up here and see if Allard can deal with the sun and the wind, and able to make the catch. Not easy, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very difficult play with the wind coming at us today, blowing that baseball towards the fence, and Allard is able to get the second out here, and Aiden Williams is retired, and now we'll see what Ryder Brown, the first baseman, can do. He hits from the 4 spot for a reason, even though he plays the 3 spot. Now he's going to slice one out into right field. Pierre Mendez will come up looking to throw, but smartly just staying at second base. And another single here for this Weare squad. They now have 2, and now Chase Philbrick moves up to second, and Ryder Brown at first for Hunter Keim, who will see what he can do here. The second baseman might not be the tallest player on the field, but he still is able to do the little things so well, and that's a huge cog in any team. Philbrick dancing around at second. First pitch inside for a strike. Rodriguez looking back. And steps off as just wasn't feeling it. And now Allard is going to come out and wonder if Philbrick's kind of reading the signs here. Allard and Rodriguez trying to get on the same page here with making sure that Hunter does not see what pitch is coming. We saw it in I believe it was the Yankees that were doing that a few weeks ago. Obviously, we know about the Astros' ability to do that as well. But here we are, Legion Baseball. Inside pitch for a strike. I haven't really gone over the umpires behind the plate. Long tenured Jim Walsh. And now sent out into left field. This will be caught by Alexander Rodriguez. So after a pair of doubles, both teams aren't able to score in the first. We'll head to the second with Sweeney coming up to bat again. It'll be the likes of Alex Rodriguez, Chris Rodriguez, and Alexander Rodriguez due up. Top of the second here from Gill Stadium as Sweeney looking to get a run and see what they can do here with the Rodriguez trio. Obviously, there's 4 in a row in the lineup here. Jaden popping up to second base. Now we'll see what the other 3 can do. Now popping up again. Ryder Brown going into the outfield, or excuse me, the foul territory, and is able to make that catch. So back-to-back pop flies here for Sweeney. And now there is 1 down, and we'll see what Chris Rodriguez can do, the third baseman today. Tobin Brito. First pitch gets him fooled. Head of the bat goes across the front of the plate, so it goes for a strike. And now Tobin ahead in the count. Inside, and Jim Walsh calls it a strike. Chris thought it might hit him. It did not. And holding off. Great stop right there by Travis Lisofsky, excuse me. Sorry, Travis. Sometimes reading my handwriting is, I should have been a doctor, I feel like, some days. Pitch outside, and now count goes to 2-2. Pitch inside, and now the count will go full. So Chris fighting back here. Fell behind quickly. And now it's the payoff pitch here with 1 down. Jammed him, and this will drop in for a foul ball. As you can see that Travis and Tobin were both wanting to get to it, but it just was not able to be caught. And a good job jamming him by Tobin, but excellent job by Chris just not striking out. We'll do it all over again. And a pitch up high, so able to come back and get a free trip to first base. Chris Rodriguez will try to motor around the base paths with 1 down. And now we'll see what Alexander Rodriguez can do. Hitting from the left side, so it's going to be a tough one here for Ryder Brown, keeping the guy at bay. First pitch is fouled. So one thing about Tobin, he's been able to get ahead of the count each time. But now can he get the outs? Inside, just misses for a ball. Beautiful sounds of Manchester in the background here. Now popping one up. Philibot looks to have it, and he will get the second out. So now the Rodriguez quadruple have been retired, except for Chris, who is on first with a walk. And now it'll be up to Will Sloper hitting from the left side of the plate as well. So we'll see if he can send one down the first base line, scorching one. Be a long run, and Him and Chris certainly have some speed. Sloper fouls one off of himself and goes for a strike. Three pop-ups so far here in this contest for Sweeney. Trying to line one somewhere. Check over at first, but able to see that is Greg Surrett. Greg's been always a pleasure to chat with and talk to before games. And then Tom Hanwright is the third base umpire as well today. Will. And the tag is, no, it's, oh, Greg Surrett. Excuse me, Tom Hanwright had originally called him out, but the ball had gotten out of the glove and now safely at second base. And now a runner in scoring territory. And now we're trying to figure out if that was a strike or not on Will, but they're saying no, so the count will go 1-1. Again, Sloper with a chance for an RBI. Pitch upstairs. Second time Sweeney has had a player at second here. Fastball on the outside corner. Will did not appreciate that. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the second. And Sloper sends one out, but it's going to be taken by Philibot. Gets it over to Ryder Brown in time, and that will do it. So after a walk and a stolen base, Sweeney leaves 1 on the base paths, and now it'll be up to Weare in the bottom of the second to get things going. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned for more here on Manchester Public Television. Back here for the bottom of the second inning. The first pitch there was a called strike, and now we'll see what Parker Leclerc can do. Parker takes another strike, so he falls behind in the count very quickly. 0-2. Parker's playing out in right field today. And he's going to send one out and just lands foul. Wind again, such a big issue here today with any pitches or hits to the outfield just going to be caught in the wind and blown out into foul territory. Trying to go for the fastball on the K, but unable to get that. One-two count, and we'll get the K. So 1 down quickly here on 4 pitches. Excuse me, 5 pitches, I guess, with that foul ball. And Parker Leclerc is retired. Just the first K by Rodriguez so far in this contest. Again, still at the bottom of the second, so plenty of time. And now we'll see what Hayden Pond can do. Hayden is the designated hitter here, so his job is to do one thing, and that's hit the ball. And he swings at an outside pitch and misses, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris hits him, though. He's got his head down in some pain here, throws the bat, and I don't think Rodriguez was trying to do that. Certainly not with intentional by any means, but certainly in a tough spot. Not a lot of muscle or fat in that area, and you can still see him grimacing at first base. It might have hit his elbow, actually, instead of the back, but now Weare will try to make things happen with 1 down here, and it'll be Travis Slafosky. Travis, the catcher, knows the strike zone at this point. He has to duck out of the way of that one. Chris thinking about things. Wants to throw over. Also wants to throw the plate. Inside pitch. Jim Walsh says ball 2. A lot of numbers being thrown out here. hearing a blue 2. Or is it blue chew? I'm not sure. We do have a lot of blue out here. The Weare jerseys and the umpires are somewhat close to matching as well. Now, the throw down is not in time. And after being hit, Hayden Pond gets into scoring territory with a stolen base. First stolen base of the day here for this Weare squad. And now, Lisowski will look to get something going. Trav's ahead in the count, 3-0. Will not be swinging here. And a ball 4 called. So stolen base really, looking back, really not needed here, as he would have gotten a free pass to second base there. But either way, runners at first and second, and now it'll be the bottom of the lineup in Desmond Boyle. Desmond, another lefty hitter. He's going to foul the first one over towards Coach, who makes a play. Gets it right back to Chris. Actually, very impressive. Runners at first and second. And now check over at first. An interesting one. Greg Surratt was there. Travis was had a huge lead and trying to get a head start here. And now a 1-1 count. Here we go. Runners taken off and a hit and run put on. This will be an out, but now racing around third base. So able to be a sacrifice as Desmond Boyle is out on a 4-3, but the runner is able to move up 90 feet. And now it'll be the top of the lineup and Joey Dykstra, who will come to bat for his second time with 2 ducks on the pond. Joey flew out to center. Takes the first pitch and fouls it back. One strike on Dykstra. Now make that 2 as Chris sends a knee-high fastball. Now 0-2 count. You know that he'll be throwing a junk pitch here. See if Dykstra sees it. 8 goes around, and that will be strike 3. So able to get out of a jam for the second straight inning as Rodriguez sets Joey Dykstra down with a K. And now we'll head to the top of the third here on Manchester Public Television. Still scoreless. We'll see what happens in the third after this. It'll be the 9-1-2 part of the lineup here for Sweeney Post in the top of the third. And Joe Allard doing the catching today will now see what he can do with his bat. Takes the first pitch inside for a strike. Joe certainly enjoying his time here on Sweeney this year. Has played a lot of games doing the catching duty. And this is going to be certainly good for him in the future here for Memorial. Getting the needed experience to be the catcher on the varsity team next year. So we're glad to see that he's been given the inside. He drops to the ground and did not appreciate that one bit. Gets up and now it's just kind of collects himself. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tobin with a pitch. Now goes to the outside but misses again. Brito only has 1 K so far as well in this game through the first 8 batters. Now sent out into left field, racing back, and able to finally come down with that catch. And what a job by Parker LeClaire dealing with that wind and dealing with a ballpark he's only probably played in twice. but a long fly out right there from the 9th hole. And now we'll see what Pierre Mendez can do here with his second time coming up to bat. Pierre struck out to start this game. Pitch up high for a ball. Pierre now hitting the back, and he will get a free trip to first base, and you can see his head's down. That stings a bit right now as he will try to not deal with it. Yeah, he's going to take a moment here and kind of just make sure that he's okay. Is Greg Surratt doing a great job of making sure that every player is good to go. Takes off his batting gloves, and now we'll see what he can do on the base paths with Ryan Boylan. Ryan able to get himself a single on a blooper in the first. Stole second and then was caught trying to get to third. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Ryan swinging at that one. It was outside and might have had some movement on it. Borley, the only one with a hit on the Sweeney Post squad so far. Again, just through 11 batters. Now he's going to send one over to third, over to second, and the throw to first is in time. A 5-4-3 double play, and that will end the inning. So, some excitement with a hit by pitch. Strands one runner on the base paths, and will head to the bottom of the third. It'll be the likes of the 2, 3, 4 part of the lineup, with Weare being the home team. Back with more after this. Back here for the bottom of the third. First pitch hit over to Ryan Boylan. He makes the play. Now the throw is in time, and a great job by Ryan. A 4-3 put out after he had just grounded into a double play to end the top of the third. Now he's coming into play in the bottom of the third, making a great play there to put Chase Philbot to bed for now. And now we'll see what Aiden Williams can do. Aiden popped up to Joe Allard, the catcher, in the first inning to get himself out. Chris throwing outside. Both pitchers doing a very good job. Not a lot of long at bats. No runs allowed so far. Now coming back with a strike and making it a 1-1 count. Williams tried to check his swing, and he did not. Jim Walsh watched it from a great vantage point, seeing the head of the bat go across the plate, and now Chris looking to get himself a second K. Excuse me, a third K. Forgot that he had 2 last inning, retiring Parker LeClaire and Joey Dykstra. Count now 2-2. Williams takes that pitch and didn't think it was ball 4, but he ran up there saying it was, and so he will be at first base safely. And we'll see what Ryder Brown can do. Ryder was able to single his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Inside pitch for a ball. Aiden Williams, again, does have speed. See if he takes off on this pitch. Chris keeping an eye on him. Oh, and this one, it will hit Ryder Brown in the shoulder area. So another hit batsman right now. That's 2 in the game. And now runners will be at first and second, and check on Ryder here. Make sure he's okay, as he's been a starter there at first base for most of the season. And now kind of a chat here for Jim Walsh and Chris Rodriguez, as now both teams have had a hit batsman. Hayden Pond was hit first. Then it happened to be Pierre Mendez. And now coming back, and Ryder Brown now hit by a pitch. And let's see what they just discuss here. Kind of a weird thing that shouldn't usually last this long. But Jim Walsh wants to make sure that there's no animosity. Coach coming out here and chatting with Joe Allard, his catching mate. Maybe a little crowding at the plate. I'm not really sure. You don't really see that called. And now Hunter Keim will come up to bat. Hunter flew out to left field to end the first inning. See what he does here. Tough situation. A third inning in a row that Chris has had two runners on for Weare. They stranded two in the first after two singles. A hit by pitch and walk in the second, and now a walk and hit by pitch here in the third. Now popping up, and this is going to be handled by Isaiah Solis, and it was officially called a infield fly rule, so he was going to be out either way. But Hunter Keim, not pleased with himself, has now popped up on his 2 times up to bat, and is now 0 for 2, and now comes down to Parker Leclerc, who Parker began the second with a K. He's 0 for 1. Now he's going to pop one up. This is going to be a tough play. Boylan racing over. Can anyone make it? Oh, he lands fair, and this will drop in and allow Weare to score their first run. A beautiful single right there, just blooping that in, and Parker Leclerc is smiling hugely right now, knowing that he just was able to land that so purely into right field. And now Weare, with the runners on the corners, up 1-0. We'll see the likes of Hayden Pond. Hayden swings at the first pitch and misses for a strike 1. And with 2 outs, Aiden Williams was running on everything. He was already basically crossing the plate when that ball landed. Now ball will pop out of the mitt, and now late to try to get there. The throw is not in time, and Ryder Brown, who was hit by a pitch, able to come around and score the second run for Weare, and now they lead it 2-0. The runner had taken off already for second, so able to go up is Parker Leclerc. Again, all the runs coming with 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. Hayden Pond down in the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Try to get him chasing, did not go for it. Pond was stranded at third last inning, and he's going to golf one over to Jaden Rodriguez, who will catch that. So the sand wedge does not work right there for Hayden Pond, and he is now out. But 2 runs come across the board, and we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Sweeney got to get their bats going. It'll be Solis, Rodriguez, and Rodriguez due up. Top of the 4th, and Sweeney post down 2-0. And we'll see now what a new pitcher here for Weare can do, as Joey Dykstra will move from third base and take over the pitching, as Tobin Prito goes 3 innings facing 11 batters, just 1 K, no runs, no base on balls, 1 hit batsman, and now taking over is Jaden Bishop at third base. Now first pitch, and Isaiah Solis sends one out to center field for just the 2nd hit of the day. And Solis will now be standing at first, just like he did in the first inning after he had walked. So trying to get something going here and only down 2 runs. Let's see what Jaden Rodriguez can do as Jaden kind of popped one up to the second baseman. First pitch is outside. Greedo is in line for the victory right now, but still a lot of game to go. Just misses there as now Dykstra getting used to the mound here. Gets utilized a lot here between the prep baseball and now lined over, and another double play here for Sweeney as just only so much that Solis can do. A hard hit ball as Jaden Rodriguez is ready to break his bat right now, is so frustrated after he launched one at second base again and now is over 2, and now there are 2 down, and we'll see what Alex Rodriguez can do. A pitcher versus pitcher battle as he swings at the first pitch and sends it over to Philibot. Philibot to Ryder Brown, who didn't put the tag down, and he's safe. Unbelievable acrobatic move from Chris Rodriguez, who should have been out. Instead, Greg Surratt did not see the tag as trying to make the play. Now everyone had already started walking towards the dugout here, and Greg Surratt's going to have a chat here as it looked like the tag had gotten on the backside of the bag, and now there's going to be kind of possibly a meeting here as Surratt has asked Jim Walsh and Tom Hanwright to come over, and maybe they will overrule this. We'll see what happens here as Greg could only see so much. He did have a tough angle, and that could be out number 3 or could be E3. Well, it'd be an E6 really, but they are discussing things pretty handily, and we'll just wait to see what the call officially is. He is out, so that is the inning. A double play and a ground out, so Sweeney Post not able to do much after a leadoff single, and now we'll head to the bottom of the 4th with Weare 65 still leading this by a score of 2-0. Travis Lavoski will start things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Weare still leading this game by a score of 2-0. The catcher Lavoski had walked and was stranded at second base in the second, and starts things off with a ball taken. Chris Rodriguez still on the mound. And now a timeout there by the number 8 hitter who wants to get things squared away. Now a swing and a miss, and Chris goes back to the fastball, able to get that by him. See what we can do facing the 8-9-1 part of the lineup here. Now a pop fly, Ryan Boylan racing over, having to go farther than he expected, and is able to finally make the catch. Wow, oh wow, that caught the jet stream right there, and he had to run a long ways. Very similar to how Weare got their first run of the game, with a ball just catching the jet stream and landing perfectly in on the line for that single. And now we'll see what the number 9 hitter and Desmond Boyle can do. Desmond grounded out to Ryan Boylan at second base. Takes the first pitch and fouls it back. Desmond has had a quiet day, really. No one's hit the ball to him out in right field so far. Chris gets him to foul again, so down in the count 0-2 as that ball runs in the chain link fence. Let's see what happens to the pitch. Outside, Allard with a good frame, but just not able to get the call from Jim Walsh on that. So count goes 1-2. Now a little ground ball. Chris will take this himself and throw it softly over to Jaden Rodriguez for out number 2. So the 8-9 have been out, and now we'll see what the pitcher and Joey Dykstra can do. Came in for a 1-2-3, top of the 4th. He is 0 for 2 on the day here, flying out to center and striking out. Takes a first pitch upstairs for a ball. Ball 2 gets a past Allard, goes all the way to the backstop. Chris has not had a 1-2-3 inning so far through the first 3 innings. Fouls one over towards his coach there, who is unable to make the play cleanly. No harm, no foul there, Coach Dennis Pelletier. He also has Aaron Robertson and Austin Hazard out here. Timeout kind of called in play. And ducking for cover. And Dykstra, a 3-1 count. Pops one high up in the air. See if who will call for it. It's actually going to be Pierre Mendez, as it just caught the wind. I had the camera on Will Sloper, but able to make that look clean. So a 1-2-3 inning will head to the top of the 5th. Sweeney looking to get some runs. We'll see what they can do after this. And back for the top of the 5th inning. Sweeney down 2-0 here to the home Weare 65 squad. As now we'll see what Chris Rodriguez can do. Chris was able to reach on a base on balls in the 2nd inning. We'll see what he can do for his 2nd time up to the plate, as it is now a 1-1 count as Joey Dykstra. Well, a little tapper right here. That's going to be a tough play. So throw across is not in time. It will go a long ways out of play, and that will just be 1 base right there. So Rodriguez, for the 2nd time in this contest, is at 2nd base. And now the tying run will come up to the bat, and we'll see what Alexander Rodriguez can do. So that's going to be a tough one right there. I guess it's going to have to be an error, as tough play from the 3rd baseman, who had to get rid of that ball quickly and was not able to make a clean throw. And Jaden Bishop will be charged with that, as Dykstra will now have to be careful here. We'll see what Alexander Rodriguez can do. Alexander playing out in left field. Would love to send one to left field right here. Takes 2 straight pitches low. And outside for a 3-0 count. Will Sloper on deck. 3 balls, no strikes. Rodriguez will not be swinging. And doesn't have to, as it's an inside pitch. And Dykstra kind of having some issues with the mound there on that pitch, as he kind of slid there. But it goes for 4 straight balls, and now runners at 1st and 2nd with no one out. And Sloper, we'll see what he can do. Will grounded out to short. Would have been a clean hit, but the shortstop was playing almost like a shift. Was able to make the play for the 3rd out in that 2nd inning. So both Rodriguez's on base. Will with a strike on him. Takes a pitch up high. Just the 6th batter Dykstra has faced. And now Sloper will ground one over to 2nd. Quickly over to short, and the throw is not in time. So a fielder's choice right there, able to get the out at second. Hunter Kime to Chase Philbot, who tried to get it over to first, but the speed of Sloper coming into play. And now runners at the corners for Joe Allard, who will hit from the 9-hole. Joe flew out to left field on a long shot. In the 3rd inning, see what he can do here in the 5th. A long ball again would bring in a run. And now Sloper with the throw. It will not be in time. And now it will work for a stolen base. Travis just not giving a amazing throw. But I think they were hoping that taking off was going to be Chris Rodriguez for home, and he did not. Played it safe. Now runners at 2nd and 3rd, and Allard, if he can send one into the outfield, should get 2 RBIs. Takes a pitch upstairs instead. Has to back up. Ball outside, and now a 2-1 count. First base is available. Pierre Mendez would be on deck as long as there's no double play here. We've already had 2 of those in this contest for Sweeney. Ball 4, so Allard will get his first chance to get on base. And the bases are fully loaded of red jerseys here in this top of the 5th inning, looking to get something going. They've been held scoreless for a total of 15 innings over the past 3 games and looking to change that here. And Pierre Mendez will come up to bat. Pierre has struck out and been hit by a pitch in this contest. First pitch is outside, called strike by Jim Walsh. Infield playing in. And a swing and a miss, so Pierre, got to be careful here. Down 2 strikes. See what type of junk pitch Dykstra throws. And he gets him jammed and trying to make the catch. Oh, not able to. Oh, Travis wants that one back for sure. He looks like a boxer in the 7th round right now. He slipped and fell, still was able to get up, still kept his eye on it, and just had it pop out of his mitt. So no harm, no foul is still 2 strikes on Pierre. Pierre has a sigh of relief there. Now foul ball that goes just between the the 3rd base coach and the 3rd base. Thankfully, we'll get that ball back in no time. No one warming up for Sweeney over there. And this one will work for a RBI. 2nd time Pierre Mendez has been hit by a pitch. And now this game is a 1-run deficit for Sweeney. And finally getting a run for the first time in 2 days. And it comes on the painful back of Pierre Mendez, who takes off all of his equipment. And now a meeting here for Joey Dykstra, who's not having a great inning here. He had a clean 4th and now has gotten in some trouble in the 5th with, again, runners at all the bases loaded up with just 1 down. And they got to figure out what's going on here. As Harley flies by here. And now the meeting has ended here. And Ryan Boylan, who has singled in this contest once and then has hit into a double play, will come up to bat for his third time. First pitch fouled off of his front leg for strike one. And Pierre had gone down in the count, 0-2. Second time he's been hit by a pitch, and he fouls one off of his foot again. So Boylan got to be careful here. 4 batters have been hit by a pitch so far in this contest. 2 for Sweeney and 2 for Weare as well. So they're even now. Dykstra trying to get out of this jam here. Pitch upstairs. Count goes down 2-2. Isaiah Solis would love to come up. Now Boylan will foul one that actually hits the base runner. This is a very unique spot. He was in foul territory, so it does not go for an out. If he had been in fair territory, then yes, he would have been out. Sloper at third. Now pop fly, that will be caught, and trying to get it over to second, and he is safe. Boy, oh boy, Joe Allard watched that fly right near him and was able to quickly get back to second base. But Ryan Boylan pops out there to Chase Philbrick. And now it will be Solis who can change this whole game here with one swing of the bat. Isaiah singled his last time up in the 4th. He also walked in the 1st. Inside pitch, has to jump back. Nowhere to go for the Sweeney runners besides home. Isaiah takes a called strike low on him. Did not appreciate that. Inside, nearly hit him. Count goes to 3-1. Isaiah will get a RBI if he lets another pitch go past him. That's out of the strike zone. And it works perfectly. Solis will get himself an RBI base on balls as Will Sloper comes around to score. And this game is now tied. A new ball game here in the 5th inning with Solis getting himself to first. Now will be Allard at third, Pierre Mendez at second, Solis at first. And we'll see what Jaden Rodriguez can do. Jaden has a called strike on him. Jaden would love to hit it to anyone but the second baseman right now. He has been his kryptonite so far. Pitch upstairs. Count goes to 1-1. Now sent out into right field. Will this be far enough? It's caught! My, oh my, Desmond Boyle able to catch that. Not cleanly, but it still works. But Sweeney Post scores 2 here in the 5th and has tied up this game. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th right after this with the likes of the 2, 3, 4 part of the lineup. Bottom of the 5th with Chase Philbrick up to bat for his 3rd time in this contest. He has gone 1 for 2 so far in the first 2 tries. We'll see what he can do here in this bottom 5th. And now sent out into right field. It's going to be a tough one. Able to catch that is Mendez. And Jaden Rodriguez was not on the bag for him to try to gun him down. An unorthodox 9-3 opportunity there. But instead, Chase will get to first base on a leadoff single. And we'll see what he can do. Now, with his speed, is now Aiden Williams will come in and hit from the left side of the batter's box, and he sends one out. This will be foul as it went through the uprights. It does not count as 3 points, but it was very cleanly through there, and just in a matter of a month, we'll be back here for football time for the Central Little Green. But for today, we still got a good one here. Sweeney Post and Weare Post 65 battling it out, both tied at 2. Chris Rodriguez done a great job. The throw down is a good one. He is out. So Lees puts the tag on, and Joe Allard got to be pleased with himself on that, gunning him down. And now 1 down, and we can just deal with Aiden Williams. Aiden was able to score the first run of the game after he walked and was able to come around the bases in the 3rd. Now softly hit, but this will land into the gap, and Will Sloper cuts it off and able to get it in quickly. But back-to-back singles here for this Weare 65, but with 1 down now, we'll see what Ryder Brown can do. Ryder has been on base each time he's been up to bat here today. He's singled and been hit by a pitch. Let's see if they send Ryder here. And ball kind of pops out. Allard might have been playing coy there. Ryder singled in the 1st. Came around and scored in the 3rd as well. Ryder was able to score on that pass ball. He seemed to be okay after being hit by a pitch, and now pops one right next to us. Hits off the press box for the home football team. 2 balls, 1 strike. Call the strike on the outside corner. Some juice on that one from Rodriguez. See what he gives him here. Now a little ground ball. This is going to be a tough one. Rodriguez will go to first with it for the 1-3 put out. It'll work as a sacrifice as Aiden Williams able to move up to second base and now is in scoring territory with 2 outs. And there will be Hunter Keim who will come up to bat. Hunter has had a tough day here. He has popped up to left field and popped up to the shortstop. And now he's going to ground one over to Rodriguez, who decides to just put the tag on instead of throwing across the diamond. So able to get that 3rd out. So Sweeney Post, after scoring 2 in the 5th, is able to shut down Weare, and we'll head to the 6th here on a great game on Manchester Public Television. Stay here for more with Kyle Heavey. I'll be back. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 part of the lineup here in the top of the 6th, the Rodriguez line, and we'll see what they can do with starting things off with Alex. Alex takes the first pitch, who's really had a good game so far through 5 innings pitched. Got to be pretty pleased with him, and now we'll see what his bat can do as he sends one out into right field and able to make that catch. Boy, oh boy, Desmond Boyle, who ended the 5th, starts things off in the 6th with catching that for an out. So Chris is hitting the ball well, just as seems to be caught by anyone in blue so far, and he will grab his glove and see what he can do with his strong arm as we head into the 6th after this at bat. We'll see what Chris Rodriguez can do. Chris was able to reach on base twice here, once with a walk and once with thanks to an error. He scored the first run last inning. Two 2-1 count now. Chris fouls that. Ooh, hard against one of the stands right underneath us. Now 2-2 count. Dykstra. Oh, it actually hit him. And I apologize. I'm realizing that this is not Dykstra. This is actually going to be Jaden Bishop, who is now pitching. Jaden had come in and played third base while Joey Dykstra had pitched, and now we'll see what Bishop can do. Again, one down already, but now the lead run on base thanks to a hit by pitch. Now, Alexander Rodriguez. He has reached base, but thanks to a fielder's choice. Pitch upstairs. Count goes to 1-1. Pitch outside. No movement from Chris at first. Bishop delivers and fouled back. I think Travis thought it might be up in the air, and instead it went kind of right back into the netting. Somewhat near where the WMUR photographer is tonight. I know that this game will also be on the news this evening. Now a little softly hit ball. This could be a tough play. Dykstra able to throw it in time and able to get the 5-3 putout. What a great play right there from the third baseman. And now taking off for third. A weird situation. And the ball gets away. And look at this. Chris Rodriguez gets Weare sleeping, and they are able to take the 3-2 lead. Very confused what was going on there. I was watching the players here and the ball kind of getting away, and Jaden Bishop now in line for the loss. Unbelievable weirdness going on here. After a great play from the third baseman, and then a ball that gets away. Just a lot of confusion there. Always got to pay attention in baseball, and that's exactly the reason why. And Chris Rodriguez scoring for the second straight inning. Will Sloper swings at that one. Will reach on the fielder's choice. And now he sends it over to second base. Handled cleanly by Hunter, and over to Ryder for the out. But Sweeney able to get a run on the board. They now have a one-run lead as we head to the bottom of the sixth here on Manchester Public Television. He'll be the 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup here for Weare Post 65, who are now down by a score of 3-2. And we'll try to get things going here as originally, actually, it was Parker LeClaire who was supposed to be up, but now it looks like it is none other than Ryan Nagel. So Ryan Nagel will try his best here. Nagel, late swing, but did not go across. Or did he? I don't know. He did not. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now a little ground ball, and we'll see if Isaiah had not fielded that cleanly. And Nagel able to get himself on base. And now the tying run is at first. A lot of changes all around in this contest, as now behind the dish is Lennox Labiosa. So we'll see what Lennox can do here, as now Hayden Pond will still remaining in this game as a designated hitter. First pitch outside, and Lennox has it pop out of his mitt there. Been a pretty clean game overall for both teams. Not a lot of errors. Now popped up right on top of here. So, 1 ball, 1 strike. Misses outside. Chris looks over at first. Now a hard hit ball. Got to be caught in the wind and able to make that cleanly as Will Sloper for the first outs here. And that'll be it for Hayden Pond, who has had a quiet day from the DH spot. Was hit by a pitch and now has gone out his last 2 times by now the catcher, Travis Lafosky. He's going to hit one over to shortstop, who is not able to get that. And now runners at first and second, the tying in lead runs on base. And Travis gets himself on for the second time. He is now 1 for 2 and has a walk as well. Now we'll see if this is Desmond Boyle or if they're going to pinch hit for him. Just waiting to see when he spins on this. He's going to hit one over to Boylan. Boylan's going to step on second and unable to make the play. So fielder's choice allows the tying run now to third base. But now runners at the corners. And a big spot right here for Joey Dykstra. The leadoff man is 0 for 3 in this contest. And with a hit of the bat, can now get to be the hero. Dykstra waits for the pitch. Look over at first. He's got a big lead. The timeout call late. We'll kind of keep an eye on both the runners here for you all, as such a big spot in this contest. A lot of fire and ambulances around. Not a good night for a fire. Dykstra takes that first pitch for a strike. And that is actually Jaden Bishop, who is at first base. He actually is now hitting in place of Desmond Boyle. Now pop fly, that goes for strike 2. That goes to out into foul territory. So 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rodriguez looking to get the K. And he's going to ground one that's going to go foul down the third base line, and they're going to just let that roll out of play. Big spot here. Sweeney can get out of this. Alex Rodriguez trying to get out of a jam. Runners at the corners. 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a hit into left field. And this will bring in the tying run as Joey Dykstra able to help the team in the leadoff spot. And we are now tied up at 3-all. And still with 2 outs. We'll see what Chase Philibot can do. Chase has singled twice. Boylan checking on second base. Big lead there. And a little hesitation and not throwing it down. You can hear the wind there. Strike 1. So Bishop at second, Dykstra at first. Now sent out, another count where Rodriguez goes ahead 0-2. He had Dykstra on the ropes before he was able to rip one out there for a single. So, no balls, 2 strikes. Now fouled up again. We're going to run out of balls if the way that Philibot's going. Singled in the first, stranded at second. Singled in the fifth and was caught trying to steal second. Now he's going to send one down to third, and able to handle that cleanly is Chris Rodriguez. So Weare strands 2 runners, but is able to get one across, and we are tied 3-3 as we head to the top of the 7th. More here from Gill Stadium on Manchester Public Television after this. Back here for the top of the 7th inning, Sweeney, who has been down, been up, and now is tied up in this game. And now Bishop will get a foul ball that lands right on top of us here in the press box area. And we'll try to get things going. This will be Lennox Labiosa, I believe, maybe. And now a foul ball to start things off, and that does not feel nice for Lennox. You can see that he is hobbling pretty good as he came in for Joe Allard in the 9-hole and in the catching role, and certainly is not enjoying the pain right now that is going on throughout his body. As takes a moment here, now down in the count, 0-2, and has got to connect here. Got to try to get another run across the board like they did in the 5th and in the 6th. Now pop up here, and Travis racing over, but running out of real estate. Obviously, I'm glad that he did this. That would not have been a pretty sight had he fallen into the dugout. Heck of an attempt there, but certainly don't need any more calls for ambulances, as we had one yesterday with the umpires in the Sweeney-Bedford contest. But Lennox now still down in the count, 0-2. And now request for a new baseball. Jim Walsh has 3 in his hand, so he says, you pick one, you decide. And now here we go. Bishop gets the K. Lennox does not agree with that at all. And now there is one down here in the top of the 7th. And really not a lot of Ks throughout this game. A lot of pop flies and a lot of ground outs. But able to get his first K is Jaden Bishop. And now a foul ball to start things off for Pierre Mendez. Pierre, funny enough, started the game with a strikeout. And for all 3 pitchers here, just 2 Ks on the day. Pierre jumps back. Somehow did not get hit there. Goes now for the outside corner. Falls behind in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pierre has been hit by 2 pitches today. And is also struck out. Now jumps ahead in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Thought about it and held off, and now it is ball 4. He didn't realize it, and now for his 3rd time in this contest, Pierre Mendez has a trip to first base. This one a little less painful, thankfully. And he tosses his batting gloves like they are not worth anything. Now, first pitch, and Ryan Boylan was ahead on that one. Ryan's 1 for 3 on the day. Did single in the first, so we'll see what he can do here in the 7th. Certainly would like to make his team get a win here. Now he's going to pop one high up in the air. Now who's going to get it? It's going to be Bishop, who will take it himself. And now Ryan Boylan is out for the third consecutive time, and we'll head back to the dugout. And it will be up to Isaiah Solis to try to get this run across. Pierre Mendez has some speed, and Solis has some power. Let's see if they can have a little thunder and lightning here. Inside pitch. Now the throw down is not in time. Greg Surratt easily able to see that and say, nope, that was good. Isaiah gets hit with this one, and he is not pleased. Hits himself in the head with the bat. And now, after a walk and another hit by pitch, gonna be a lot of bruises here on this Sweeney Post squad here, as, again, Pierre's been hit twice, Isaiah now hit, and also Chris Rodriguez was hit. So Jaden Rodriguez, who is 0 for 3, has hit the ball hard all 3 times. Now he's got to find some green. First pitch outside. And the pitch. And now sent out to center field, coming in, and able to make that for the third out. So Weare, the home team today, goes to the bottom of the 7th, just looking to score 1 run to get this victory. We'll see what happens with more here on Manchester Public Television. Stay tuned. It'll be the 3-4-5 part of the lineup here for Weare as they look to get their home victory here at Gill Stadium. Very strange to say here, ladies and gentlemen. And it will be up to Aiden Williams, who will try to get things going. Aiden has been on base a couple times here today, once with a walk, once with a single, and he's also popped up to the catcher back in the first inning. So time will tell what Aiden can do. He scored the first run of the game. Now, if he can get on base, he's looking to score the last run of the game as well. But Chris Rodriguez, who has pitched really well through 5 innings. Foul ball here that will be handled by the first base coach. Nice spin move and throw back. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now a little softly ground ball. Rodriguez will try to get this. The throw is in time. Jaden Rodriguez able to grasp that right past the head of Aiden Williams, and that will be the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. And now we'll see what Ryder Brown can do. Tough hit right there from Aiden Williams. Rodriguez was able to do that, and do see out in the bullpen that Isaac Vachon is warming up. Ryder fouls that, goes down in the count 0-2. Ryder has singled and hit by a pitch, scored a run, and then also had a sacrifice fly out. One ball, 2 strikes. Now he's going to ground one over to Solis. Solis hands it cleanly. The throw across is out of the glove. It pops out, and now Ryder will head to second base. And the winning run is now just 180 feet away. And you can see Solis' reaction right there on the screen. He is not pleased with himself right now, as that ball just came out of the glove of Jaden Rodriguez. You don't know if the sun had any factor. Don't know if, just his height had a factor. Not really sure what to say on that play. But either way, now Weare with a runner at second. And we'll see what Hunter Keim can do. Ball goes flying past Lennox Labiosa. And now the winning run just 90 feet away, with 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ryder Brown ready to come home and win this for Weare. Rodriguez throws another pitch up high. This one is caught. Keim is 0 for 3 in this contest. And now he sends one out into left field, ranging back and able to catch that. But now Ryder Brown has tagged up, and he will come across for the winning run, and the Weare Post 65 will celebrate the victory as Hunter Keim able to hit a sacrifice fly out to left field and will win this for Weare. They now go to 13-4 on the year, and for Sweeney Post, they drop to 4-13. This has been a fun one. Both teams with opportunities, both teams with chances, but it's going to be Weare Post 65 who will get this win. My name is Kyle Heavey from Manchester Public Television. It's been a pleasure to be with you. Total running time in this game, 1 hour and 49 minutes. For Executive Director Jason Cody, Executive Director Joe Lahr, and Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, it's been a Manchester Public Television presentation. And player of the game, it's got to be a tough one for Sweeney Post. I thought that Mr. Alex Rodriguez pitched a great game with 6 1/3 pitching, but I guess you got to give it to Ryder Brown, who scored twice in this contest and was able to come around and make the play when it's needed. So thank you all very much for watching. Congratulations again to Weare, and we'll see Sweeney Post hopefully more throughout this end of the Legion Post 2025 season.